All right, this here is my office. I get a lot of questions on the snowmobiles that we run. There's a lot of different ways that you can trick out or customize your sled or your ATV, your side-by-side, just so you can be more efficient out on the ice and just basically modify things just so it fits your fishing style. Now, I like to have my auger out on the front just so that I can see it. Again, you know, if you have blades on an auger, make sure you have an auger cover on, but make sure that you have this secured, strapped down. There's a lot of different good systems out there. I've been liking this system here. Now again, this system here isn't the best if you have to run through tight portages, if you're living in an area where you have to go from lake to lake through real winding trails through the trees. You want to definitely run your auger where it runs out the back of your sled. But out in the wide open prairie of the Dakotas here, we don't have to worry about trees, and so I like to have it crossways like this. Get up on your electronics here. I like to keep my Vexlar in the corner that I like to fish. I like to have my GPS right in front of me. That way when I'm running across the lake, I can zoom in, zoom out, I can hit waypoints, I can see a plot trail. I have an underwater camera on the other side that I use if I have questions. A lot of times if, trying to find weed beds, for example, seeing what type of bottom composition is, that's usually what I'm using a camera for. Sometimes on a really tough bite, I'll actually watch the presentation, actually watch fish respond and see what it takes to catch them. But, you have these pockets here, that way you put your transducer in, your camera lens in. But come back here, I've got a nebulous here, just in case the worst were to happen. You pull that lever there, it'll float your machine. And I've just got rod racks scattered across here where I can just have rods baited up, different lures on, where I can just grab a different presentation and try it. I have a tube right here that I put my electric auger in. A lot of times I'm using my K-drill, if we're not dealing with a lot of ice, or if I'm doing a lot of pan fishing, especially with a 6-inch auger bit. Run the K-drill, I can put a ice skimmer in here. I've got a tub here where I put my trap in. That way I've got everything off the ground. That's the biggest thing I'd tell you is you can run sleds behind, you can drag your portable fish houses and stuff with tow hitches, behind your machine, and obviously we do that a lot. But one thing I'd recommend is if you have tackle, for example, and you have painted jigs, painted lures, spoons, electronics, anything that can break, elevate it and get it off the ground, because when you're pulling across the ground, tell you what, if you want to lose take every lure in your tackle box and take the paint off of it, drive 3 miles across Lake Winnipeg with all your gear in your sled behind your snowmobile, and everything is going to be just vibrated and broken until it's just disintegrated. And so keep things off the snow, keep things off the ice, in the tub here in the back. So that works good for me, but it's fun. You see a lot of different ways that people trick these things out, and every year we're modifying them a little bit differently, a little better. So.